And look, while they are putting bombs in Teslas, while they are crashing planes, while they are running people over on Bourbon Street, while they are having a mass shooting at a club in Queens, New York, I say, hold up, let me slow it down, because they want us to look over what happened to Mr. Robert Brooks in upstate New York. We just saw a public modern day lynching on video, and they want us to just move on and forget about it. But like I told y'all, this year, I'm not letting nothing slide. I'm really not letting nothing slide. I'm not just moving on to the next topic to get views. No, we returning to these topics because I feel like it's up to us to hold these people accountable. We have to make sure these correctional officers and that nurse get arrested, get their mug shot, go to court, get sentenced. And then I started doing some reading and I saw this. In New York, the DOC stopped reporting inmate deaths to the public, which some say could set a harmful precedent. The DOC website lists the number of inmate deaths for 2023 as unknown. The mortality rate for death rates at DOCCS between 2019 and 2023 was 29.97 per 10,000 incarcerated individuals. The 2023 rate of 33.38 was slightly higher. So what I realized is it's not just Robert Brooks. Imagine how long this has been going on. Correctional officers unaliving inmates, unaliving our people, and we never saw a video. We never heard of it. Or they lied and said another inmate did it. Just imagine you had a family member, serving 8, 7 years, 12 years. They coming home. You waiting them to come home. You love them. And they unalived in prison. And these people can be lying to you because they don't have to report it. Or they can say unknown. Let's go back to what happened in Mississippi. They was burying inmates and not telling the families. Just imagine how many of those correctional officers, those police officers did this to these inmates and got away with it. They can go home and sleep at night. They can celebrate holidays like nothing ever happened, and they keep getting away with it. So that's why I say we have to stay on cases like this. But y'all remember the video I made before this one talking about this subject, and I told y'all the Attorney General Letitia James, she had that energy for Trump. And look, I don't care about the president. I don't care about none of that shit. But she had the energy for that, for political reasons. And I said, okay, let's see if she keeps up the same energy. And this what I found today. And this article is the New York Times. It was published January the 2nd, 2025, which was yesterday. Letitia James, the Attorney General, said a special prosecutor would lead an investigation into the deadly attack on Robert Brooks because her office had a possible conflict of interest. Now, y'all remember, I always tell y'all that they love to put black people in a certain position to say, look, we're not racist. We got a black person. She's the Attorney General. She's the DA. She's the sheriff. She's the chief. They love to do that. But when real stuff happens, you see who has the power and you see who don't have the power. But let's move on because this shit get crazy. Letitia James, New York's Attorney General, said on Thursday, which was yesterday, that her office was recusing itself from the investigation it had opened into the fatal beating of a state prison inmate and that a special prosecutor will lead the inquiry instead. Ms. James said in a video announcement that lawyers in her office were currently defending 4 of the 13 corrections officers implicated in the death of the man, Robert L. Brooks, in other matters. So you telling me 4 of those 13 officers, her office, lawyers in her office are defending them for other accusations. So they've been beating on inmates. They probably unalived another inmate. They just never talked about it. But they've been beating on inmates and getting away with it. This all could have been prevented if they would have been exposed who these officers was and been suspended them, been fired them, but they never did anything because they don't care. Like I said, all these people are on the same team. The only reason why we know about these cops and know about what they've been doing is because Mr. Brooks passed away. Mr. Brooks died. If he would have never died, would we have saw that video? If he would have never died, would we have heard about this story? No. We barely heard about it. Like I told y'all, this happened December 9th and the 10th. It's almost January the 9th. It's almost been a month, and we still haven't heard any arrest. Then it took them weeks to even show the videos so they can come up with their story. I'm telling you, all these people are on the same team. They love to use these hard words and terms and stuff. It's all BS. Miss Letitia James said, I will not allow justice to be delayed or denied because of a conflict, said Miss James, who appointed William J. Fitzpatrick, the Onondaga County DA, as special prosecutor in the matter. And look, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to give them until next week to make some arrests because she did say, okay, I'm going to step back. That's what she said, but I'm going to tell y'all the real thing. They made her step back. But I'm going to be fair. I'm going to get them to next week to start making arrests because it's going to be a month on the 9th, and we need arrests before January the 9th. And it's so crazy how they set her up. They did this on purpose because they know, okay, we got lawyers in her office defending us, so she can't do anything because it'll be a conflict of interest. If she goes against us, it's going to make it look crazy. So we're going to do this on purpose. We're going to unalive Mr. Brooks on purpose, and she won't be able to do nothing. And then we'll get the lawyer that we want to prosecute us, and we'll just get a slap on the wrist. We'll just get manslaughter, something like that. We won't get first-degree murder or anything like that. I'm telling you, these people playing chess. They love to put black people in a certain position. They have no power. They just a black face. That's really it. On Thursday, Miss Hochul, Governor Hochul, called for prosecutors to move quickly to bring formal charges and make arrests. She said too much time has passed without changes between brought against the individuals responsible, she said in a statement, adding that initial charges could be brought while more serious charges are considered. And like I said, now they have a Caucasian prosecutor, the one they wanted. She's out of the picture. Miss James is out of the picture now. They did this on purpose. She has no power. And like I always tell you, these people are on the same team. If we never saw Mr. Brooks getting beat up and being unalived, if he was never unalived, we would have never saw this video. It took them 2-3 weeks to even show us the video. It had no sound. Now, when the last time you seen, one of these cop videos and it had no sound? It always have sound. They did that on purpose also. And like I said, we have to stay on this case because if we don't, they will keep getting away with it. And they love to make examples out of us when we commit crimes. So we need them to make the same example out of all these officers and that nurse. The same way they love to make example out of our people, they need to make the same example out of them. Because if they get away with this, you're going to see other prisons and other correctional officers across the country keep getting away with it. And we got to put this to an end, bro, because it's not just Mr. Robert Brooks that's going through this, his family that's going through this. It's other families that's going through this, and they don't have a voice at all. And then you'll see people in my comment section, and I mentioned this a while back, but you'll see people in my comment section telling people that stand up for their people how to do this. Oh, we should do this. Look, if you're not doing anything but writing comments, don't tell people that's bringing awareness, that's doing something, how to do what they're doing. Don't tell them how to do what they're doing because you're not doing anything. If you're not doing anything, you can't tell people who's actually putting their face on videos, who's actually doing the research, who's actually on the field. You can't tell them how to do anything because you're not doing anything. Always remember that we all play a role. We all have a part in helping our people. I don't care if you're not perfect in life. We all play a role in this shit because if they can do it to Mr. Robert Brooks, they can do it to your dad. They can do it to your brother. They can do it to your son. They can do it to any one of our people. And every video I do, I'm going to always call all these cops and that nurse out by name because they shouldn't be able to live in peace in 2025. We cannot let them live in peace. So I'm about to call out their names again. You got Matthew Gallagher. You got Nicholas Anzalone, you got David Kingsley, you got Nicholas Keeter, you got Robert Kessler, you got Michael Fisher, you got Christopher Walrath. You got Michael Alone. You got Shy Showoff. You got David Walters. You got Kyle Dashnaw. You got Michael Mashaw. You got Glenn Trombley. You got Anthony Farinaw. Him especially, see, because they think they can just move on with life, but what you did, you will never live a peaceful life. It will always be people speaking on you. It will always be people searching for you, maybe on social media or in real life. And I'm not saying no threats or anything, but you're not about to live a peaceful life. What y'all did, you can never get away with that shit. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this: you cowards cannot hide. Welcome to the Hunger Games. It has just begun. I'm out.